Hi, I'm Allison, and today is going to be a different video than I usually make. It's going to be less fancy editing and more artsy in the fact that I'm going to be painting. This is a Christmas present for my friend. It's now January 25th, and yeah, I'm a month behind, so I think I'm going to try to smash this thing out for her before I see her tomorrow. Right, but I feel like there's some things that are going on in my life. YouTube is not my entire life, although it is one of my favorite parts at the moment, that I would like to tell you about and give you some context into what I'm going through and what I'm learning, who I am, so that you can better make the judgment of whether or not you take my advice or not. So I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you about a few things while I paint. So I guess the main thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that I'm growing my hair from a pixie into a bob, and it's going through this pretty awkward stage. I'm just kidding, that's not the main thing I want to talk to you about, but it is happening. My hair grows really fast, so I intend on cutting it really short and then growing it long to cut it short, growing it long, cutting it short, over and over and over for the rest of my life. But that's not really what I want to talk to you about today. One thing that I want to talk to you about today is the word unmanageability. You know, it's like the first step in so many of these programs, like 12-step programs. I admit that I'm powerless over the effects of alcohol or the effects of my dysfunctional family, and my life has become unmanageable. And powerless and unmanageable, I like to be empowering, and so I feel like those words are kind of counterintuitive, but it's a good place to start. That first step is all about accepting the fact that you've gotten to a point where you are trying so hard and you're trying to do all of these different things and you feel like you're failing. Whatever it is you're trying to do, in the broadest sense of the word, you're not capable of doing. You're trying so hard and you're not succeeding. As adult children, we often feel out of control of our lives, and that is the meaning of unmanageable. And by powerless, we mean we are powerless over the external world. We can't control anyone else. We can't control our family. What we do have power over, at least a little bit, is ourselves. And so a huge thing that I am struggling with is the idea of surrendering to the ways of the world while at the same time cultivating discipline within myself to control the things I can control. And my friend, I am struggling in both aspects. So with discipline, like I said in my knowledge action gap video, like that was a message that I really needed to hear. I need to put into practice all of the things that I've learned, all of the things that I have put into practice for some time and then given up on, that I know will help me so immensely, that will make me feel fulfilled, that I have power over. And then the surrender part is, I have been struggling, I mean it's more than just this, but I've really been struggling to get a new job. I currently work at a psychiatric hospital, if you didn't know. I've held that job for some time now, and it's really, really, really hard. It's given me so much insight, which I'll get into in a minute, but the feeling of burnout is when you feel like you're putting more in than you're getting out, and I am burnt out on that job, to put it simply. So I've been looking for another job for 3 months now, maybe 4 months, and I have been rejected by probably 6 jobs. I should be trusting that it is because the perfect job is out there and I need to seize that opportunity. But I've been just so unhappy working and getting all these rejections and wondering what is going on and feeling really lost and not trusting. Put very briefly, I now have too many job offers. I took this other interview as like a backup, but the interview for my first choice went really well, but they like didn't offer me the job as quickly as this backup interview did, and now I'm like, should I tell this other one no in hopes, or should I tell them yes and have to go back? And it's all just a mess now. I'm like, okay, so first I couldn't get a job, now I have these jobs and I have to juggle them and like figure out what to do, and I am just like holding on so tight and worrying. And meanwhile, while I've been waiting for these jobs, stressing, I could have been working on things that are important to me. I'm obsessed with this one PC game right now, and I don't do games. I think it is totally an unconscious program for me to like get hooked on this totally mindless and unimportant thing just to distract myself from focusing on what's going on inside, which is utter confusion. And meanwhile, while I'm going through all of this confusion about external worlds, I'm dealing with all this healing with my freaking family. And you know, that's been the case forever. It's like there's so much going on, and then underneath it is this already inherently unfair, way too much going on all the time stuff happening with my family. What am I trying to say? What is my purpose? Why am I letting myself just stress and veg in times when I could focus on the present moment and get a hell of a lot more done than when I'm sitting at home stressing and vegging? So yeah, with the job hunt, I am very excited. I think I'm gonna get a really good job that I'm gonna be really happy about, that will support me how I need to be supported financially, because as a 23, almost 24-year-old, my bills are doing nothing but getting bigger. So that's very exciting. But let's talk about my job at the psychiatric hospital and see where that takes me. So I started working there in July, and it was right around the time, right after I'd gone no contact and started this channel. And it was really interesting timing because it threw me into this world of the worst, with people who were extremely psychotic, people who had attempted suicide and were harming themselves, harming other people. But I think it was a good reality check for me to go and see every day, like, wow, I am not only thankful to be able to get out of bed every morning, like to be able to wake up and get out of bed, like have this life, but I'm thankful that I am able to consciously make big decisions in my life and big changes, and behaviorally change my life for the better. Validate yourself, know that you've been through hardship, but also know that you, if you're watching this, are probably capable of taking your healing into your own hands. And that's very empowering, okay? Some people aren't capable of making massive changes in their lives just through their own will and desire, and I know that I am. And I don't know if you are for sure, but I can say you probably have greater power than you think. And so many of us, if we have a narcissistic parent, have lost that I can spirit, that I am powerful, I can do whatever it is that I want to do. And you've forgotten that, and I've forgotten that I'm actually a super happy little being of a human. There are ways that I live that are run unconsciously, that every day ends and I look back and I think, why did I let that happen again? Why didn't I change? And it's that knowledge action gap. It's me not exerting every last bit of my will and power that I can. And I know, like, I'm being kind of hard on myself, but I feel like it's unmanageable. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where to go from here. I do know it's change. I know what needs to happen. I just gotta make it happen because I can, and I'm worth it. So kind of like the conclusions that I came to while working there, even though it was really hard, I still work there. It is really hard on some days. My compassion grew, and I realized that I can't change anyone's whole future in the short time that I spend with them, but I can change that moment, and I can change it for the better. And I think we all have that power, and we should all embrace that power. We never know what anyone's going through, but with how we interact with them, we can make this moment of theirs better or worse. And I want to strive to constantly be a joyful, bright light in people's lives that I encounter. Yours and even my own. Like, I spend the most time with me, and sometimes I don't make life very fun for myself. So that's something that I've been struggling with, the tension between I can do whatever I want to do, whatever I need to do to get where I want to go, and then my unconscious programs, my limiting habits and beliefs that hold me back from getting up and actually doing it, that knowledge action gap. And friends, I have to say, I released that video a couple weeks ago, and I'm still struggling with it. I'm still struggling. And I've been struggling with this probably since puberty. Like, not to get gross or weird, but like something happened when I started becoming a woman instead of being a child. And you know, depression skyrockets when women hit adolescence, when they hit puberty, and there's something there, like something wrong. But anyways, I've been struggling with this unmanageability worse and worse progressively for 10 years. And what's good is I'm aware and accepting of that fact, because that's the first step. But I gotta say, I'm pretty sick of it. I feel like I self-sabotage, and I'm the only person in my way, like I said in my last video, and I'm just done. I'm done. I'm done. I turn 24 on the 24th next month, and I always thought that was gonna be my golden year. Like, I'm gonna turn 24 on the 24th, and that's gonna be the best year of my life. When I was little, I'm like, that's when I'm gonna get married. Now I'm like, that's when I'm gonna get my college degree, and hopefully like start my own business and be in this place where I'm like, I'm physically healthy and mentally so happy and spiritually trusting and breathing deep and eating good foods and traveling the world and doing all these things. And that's a huge expectation, but I really just want to not hold myself back anymore. Like, I really just want to put into practice all that I've learned up until this time in my life and be content. Be content. I know what it takes. I've been there in so many different ways, and if I just wrap it all together, like, I have all the ingredients, if I just mix it all together and put it in the oven for like a month, I'll be good. I'll be golden for my golden year. That's pretty much what I had to share with you today. There are a few other things, but I think that this video is long enough, so I might just keep it there. So let me know if you like this video, this style video, me talking. Eric.
Yeah.
Hi.
Are you filming?
I am, but you can come up here.
Is that what this means?
No. Eric, you can come get whatever you want to get.
No, I don't need to get anything.
Guys, I'm blushing. So I live with my boyfriend, and I like to film upstairs because this is my happy place, and he hangs out in the basement, and that's just kind of where we hang out and do our own work. And he just came to come upstairs and heard me like yelling and just talking to you and was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'm like, it's okay, come up, but I get kind of red and embarrassed about it. Anyways, let me know if you like this video and what your thoughts are on unmanageability and whatever the heck else came up in your mind while you were watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks if you're watching this, for watching this whole thing. I cannot believe that you did it, but it's pretty cool. I appreciate you. You rock. Maybe we can have a real conversation together one day. Live stream, what do you think? That'd be super fun. I'm gonna go now and work on this for real, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.